Generating electricity to meet an ever-growing demand for energy is a key environmental issue facing the world today. In Singapore, buildings alone account for about 50% of our energy consumption. It is therefore important that energy consumption in our buildings is kept as low and as efficient as possible.
How do we reduce our energy use? How can we produce more electricity without polluting the environment?
To address these questions, the Building and Construction Authority, or BCA, embarked on the Zero Energy Building Project. The project involves taking an existing building and retrofitting it into a super energy efficient showcase for advanced green building technologies.
The Zero Energy Building is BCA's flagship R&D project on energy efficient solutions for buildings in the tropics. Together with our partners, BCA is taking the lead in this project as part of our efforts to promote green buildings in Singapore. Given the very ambitious zero energy targets, this was a very challenging project. But what makes it even more challenging is that it is the retrofitting of an existing building. Now that makes it not only the first of its kind in Singapore, but also the whole of Southeast Asia. Besides having an unfavorable east-west orientation, the existing layout and the conditions of the building did not make it easy for works to be carried out and for new technologies to be integrated into the design.
Located within the BCA Academy, the Zero Energy Building serves as a live test bed for energy-efficient building designs and technologies. It is a centre for innovators to exchange information and promote new ideas, new technologies and new materials.
What's a zero energy building?
The Zero Energy Building is a super energy efficient building that generates enough solar power to meet its much reduced energy needs. It remains connected to the national power grid, supplying energy to the grid when more energy is produced than needed, and drawing energy from the grid when not enough is produced. More importantly, to achieve zero energy, we must first reduce our energy needs. In the Zero Energy Building, energy needs are reduced in two ways: passive design and active solutions.
What's passive design?
In passive design, we are tapping on nature's power for our energy needs. Nature's power is abundant and we don't have to pay for it at all. Passive design helps to reduce the capacity of building services, saving on capital and electricity costs. With this passive design, we can expect to see reduced heat entering the zero energy building, thereby reducing air conditioning capacity. Natural daylight will also help to cut down on artificial lighting significantly.
But electricity will still be needed for many of our activities. When we do use it, we must do so as efficiently as possible. Active solutions are energy-efficient building systems and equipment that provide for our comfort and function.
By means of the total building performance approach, we not only look after the design of the building, but we also ensure that the management and the usage of the building contribute towards total energy efficiency. This means continuous monitoring and management of the environmental conditions, such as carbon dioxide level and light intensity levels, as well as the occupants' usage pattern management.
But any measures to reduce energy use will only be effective if users are disciplined. We must all each play our part and stop wasteful habits.
The Inter-Ministerial Committee on Sustainable Development has set stretch energy targets for the building sector. The Zero Energy Building is a prime example of how this can be achieved to the fullest extent, even for an existing building. The building sector will need to do our part to reduce carbon emissions. The Zero Energy Building is one important step in this direction. BCA will continue to step up R&D efforts in this area and work with our industry partners to turn our vision of sustainable development into reality.
Now I know what a zero energy building is. One day, I hope I get a chance to stay in a zero energy home and study in a zero energy school.
The Zero Energy Building is an important milestone and model for the Singapore building industry as it strives towards greater environmental sustainability.
Hey, use this.